This is Harrington Beach State Park, right on Lake Michigan. Believe it or not, my home is about a 15-minute bike ride from this beautiful place. Who would have guessed that something so amazing would be right in my own backyard? This wonderful place was not always a beautiful state park. It used to be a small company town. If you're like me, you might be thinking, what the hell's a company town? Well, I recently learned that a company town is a place where people that work for a certain company would live. They have houses, grocery stores, bars, just about anything that a normal town would have. The workers paid part of their paychecks back to the company to have a home where they would work, to buy food from grocery stores, basically just to live. Isn't that crazy? That was way back in the 1900s, and I mean like super early 1900s, like from 1900 to 1925. I probably should have mentioned a little sooner, but the workers were miners and they were digging in the quarry that you're looking at right now. To my knowledge, they just wanted to mine stone. Why they just wanted to mine stone, I'm not sure. It was the 1900s. They were crazy. Who knew what they were up to back then? But they would just dig, and they ended up with this huge hole in the ground right next to Lake Michigan. And that lasted for about 25 years. When they were finished, they left the equipment down there, packed up their personal belongings, and then they just left. They just left the quarry be with all of the equipment down there still. Eventually, somehow it filled with water. I'm not sure how. Maybe over time it rained and it kind of filled with water. It is very close to Lake Michigan, as I mentioned, so maybe water from Lake Michigan came in and flooded the quarry. But either way, now it's full of water and it's this hidden gem right outside of small town Belgium. I have lots of fond memories of this place from when I was growing up. My friends and I would fish here for hours on end, trying to catch anything that would bite our hooks. We'd camp on the beautiful campgrounds. We'd even swim, even though you weren't supposed to, so don't tell anyone I told you that. And we would just hang out. My mom was the first person who actually introduced me to this quarry, or like this beautiful place. When I was little, like 5 or 6 years old, my mom would take me here early in the morning, right after the sun would rise, and we'd walk all around the quarry. I have many fond memories of seeing deer running through the trees, and I would think, as a little kid, how lucky are the deer that live here? They wake up every day in this beautiful forest. They can walk up to the quarry, get a drink of this water that is fine because you can't boat on the quarry, so it's perfectly clean water, and they would just run around in the forest. I don't know, it seems like a great way to live to 5-year-old me. I'd also watch the birds fly and chirp at each other. I often wondered what they were saying. Maybe they were talking about little 5-year-old me, who knows? They might have been thinking, who is this idiot watching us fly around? He looks like a little idiot. I don't know. That's probably what the birds were thinking. Out of all the memories I have here, however, my favorite is sitting on the benches and just reading. I would come here, sit by myself and just read poems or books, and it's just a great place to read because it's quiet and a beautiful background. You're never bothered by people. Often you can hear people fishing in the background as you're reading. It's a surreal experience, to me at least, to spend time reading here. This quarry has so much to offer for everybody. Whether you're an active person, you want to run around the quarry, bike around the quarry, fish at the quarry, or you're like myself and you just want a quiet place to read with a beautiful background. Everybody should take the time, if they have it, to go and experience this beautiful place right outside of Belgium. I hope that this might encourage you to go and spend some time here just to experience this beautiful place for yourself.